everyone, it's the end of August and it's been really hot here in Hawaii, high 80s to 90s during the day, and I wanted to show you my natural pond that I started building July 3rd of this year. So it's been about 7 weeks. So I'll show you what I did in the beginning, but this is actually what it looks like today. And as you can see, I have a lot of plants in here and also growing around the outside of the pond. You can still see some exposed pond liner because I still haven't decided what to cover it with. But for the most part, I've been very happy with the pond, natural pond. And the purpose of this pond was to create a watering hole for birds and other kinds of animals that live in this area. But I also wanted to create a place for plants, like different kinds of aquatic plants that are submerged and emerged. So I've really been enjoying the process of seeing this natural pond come together. I mean, it's not natural in the fact that it does have liner, but it's natural in the fact that the animals that come to visit are, are just coming here, getting a drink and taking up residence here. But anyway, as you can see, this pond is about 8 feet wide, and at the deepest it's about 1.5 feet, so it's not too deep. I did have to dig it by hand, so I couldn't go too deep, but I'm pretty happy with the way it is now because you can see at the bottom, and it's like no maintenance. I don't have any filter, no pump, no fountain, no waterfall. It's just taking care of itself basically. So I have put in a lot of plants, and the back there I have dwarf papyrus and a pennywort, which I got from Home Depot. Those white lilies, which I got from my dad's house. Some Jacoba that I got from Home Depot. And Jacoba is probably familiar to a lot of aquarium tank owners because that's a popular plant to use with in their aquarium. I also have some hawthorn, water hyacinth, some cattails, and in the back there are some irises. And they all seem to be doing pretty well. I did create some shelves around the edge of the pond that I filled with topsoil and a little bit of sand to create kind of like a bog for those plants that didn't want to be, 100% submerged. I also added a lot of rocks along on the bottom to hold the liner in to give it structure, as well as to create a hiding place for different animals that would take up residence in here. So yeah, just very happy with it. There's a log that I got from my dad's house, and there's actually a mushroom growing in the crevice. One of my goals here is also to create a place for dragonflies. Dragonflies have visited this little pond, and I actually have seen dragonfly larvae in this pond, which is probably why there are no mosquito larvae, because they've probably taken care of the mosquito larvae. I do have some snails in here as well. I didn't want to add any fish because I wanted to just see how it would do, just see what kinds of animals it would attract. There's actually dragonfly larvae. Also, I was worried about the algae problem because this does get direct sunlight. It is hot, but I think there's so many different kinds of aquatic plants in here that it just sucks up all of the extra nitrogenous waste in here, and it just prevents the algae from taking hold. So this is the update actually it's a 7-week introduction to the pond, and I'll show you some video footage of how it all started. So I started digging July 3rd, and it helped because it had rained, and I had added a lot of compost over this area because we have clay soil, so it's pretty easy to dig. And then I added the pond liner and filled it with water just to hold the pond liner down and in place. And then the next thing I did was added the substrate, which was topsoil, sand, and also a lot of small river rocks and large river rocks. And next added the plants and had them settle in. And I think the animals in this area really appreciate the pond. Thank you for watching and hope you consider making your own pond. Bye!